Hi guys, welcome to the How to Crack the Java interview. Today we'll discuss new topic. Today we'll discuss on new topic like constructor. What is constructor? Why we need constructor? What is the use of constructor? Okay, actually it is very important because every Java interview you will get 2 to 3 questions from the constructor only. We'll start that. What is the need of constructor? What is the purpose of constructor? Just example, I am taking a class. Just example, I am taking a class. Just example, I am taking a class like student, student, class like student, class student, class student. Actually, every student, a name must be there and roll number must be there. If you consider any school, any college, everywhere, for every student name must be there and roll number must be there. Just example, this is my student class. I have provided the name of the student, string name, and int roll number. Okay, that is my student class. That is my student class. Just example, I tried to create the object of a student. Okay, I'll try to create the object. For this, I have to write one main method. Just example, that is my main method. Public static void main string args string args. That is my main method. Okay, I'm creating the student object. First, I'll create the first student object. Okay. Student student s1 equal to new student student. Okay, just example, in my school there are 100 of students are there, then I need to create the 100 student object. Just example, that is the student 1, then I need to create another student s2 equal to new student new student. Okay, like this I'll be create up to 100 object, 100 student object. Student student s100 equal to new student of okay, I am creating 100 student object. And once you create the object, then then every object a separate copy of instance variable will create. For every object, separate copy of instance variable is create. Just remember, instance variable, static variable, local, there are different type of variable in Java. For every student object, compulsory separate copy of instance variable will create. Sir, now the point is here, just creating the student object, we are not performing any initialization here. We are not performing any initialization here. We are not providing any value. We are not assigning any name to the name and any value to the roll number. We are just creating the object. For every object, separate copy of instance variable will create, but we are not assigning any value. Then who will provide the default initialization to the instance variable? JVM is responsible to provide the default initialization to instance variable. Just example, this is my object 1 s1, this is my object to S2. This is my object S100. Okay, this is sorry, this is S1. That is the reference variable. I have the reference S2. That is S100. Okay, like this. S1, second one is S2, last one is S100. Like 100 objects are there, and JVM will provide the default initialization to instance variable. Here instance variable is name equal to, what is the default initialization of name is null. Then roll number, what is the default initialization of roll number? 0. Then go to the second object, default initialization of null is name is equal to null, and the default initialization of a roll number equal to 0. Then go to the like this, go to the S100. What is the default initialization of a name? Null. Default initialization of a roll number equal to 0. If you not initialize anything, then not providing any value to initialization, then JVM will provide the default initialization of the instance variable. Name default value is null, roll number default value is 0. Like this, I have 100 object, 100 student object. Just example, if you call a student S1, what is your name? Then he will give the answer like, my name is null, roll number is 0. If you ask student S2, what is your name? My name is null and roll number is 0. Within this class, there are 100 of students have name is null, roll number is 0. Once you create the object, that is meaningless actually. That is meaningless. Every student have name as null and roll number 0 in the class. That is meaningless. Once you create the object, compulsory you need to perform the initialization object. You need to initialization for that object. Otherwise, object are not in the position to respond properly. The object creation is meaningful. You need to provide the initialization. Okay, initialization of instance variable is very important task in when you create the object. Now you know initialization is required here. Otherwise object is not in the position to respond properly. The next, who is the responsible to do the initialization of a variable? To perform the initialization, some special concept should be required. That is called as constructor. Constructor concept is specially designed to perform initialization of instance variable at the time of object creation. Okay, here constructor will provide the initialization. Who will provide the initialization? Constructor will provide the initialization of instance variable. If you not provide initialization, then your object is are not in the position to respond properly. Okay, while creating the object, immediately constructor will initialize the object. Okay, in the next slide we will see how to write the constructor. how to perform the initialization, how to write the constructor first, how to write the constructor, how to declare the constructor, how to declare, how to declare the constructor. Okay, how to declare the constructor. Okay, then constructor name, constructor name and the class name must be same. Constructor name and class name must be same. Just example, I have a class in last slide. We have a class student like class class student class student like class student. Then I have two instance variables, string name, string name, int, roll number, roll number. Then I have to write one constructor after that. What is the constructor? How to write? Constructor name should be same as the class name. Then student. Then how many variables is there from the initialization here? Two variables are there. Then we need to pass two variables. String name comma int roll number roll number. Then provide the initialization for this. Then this data, how to initialize this data, name equal to name. Then this data roll number equal to roll number. Okay, that is the constructor. Then actually constructor syntax is always same for the every object. For every object there are hundred of students are there in my class. The constructor rule is always same. Name of the constructor must be same as the class, and you can also use some id like eclipse and my eclipse. Then constructor will be generated automatically. Then constructor syntax is always same. Then after that I need to create the object. Then I have to write my main method public static void main string args. Okay, okay, I have to create the object like student s1 equal to new student of. i'll pass I'll pass the argument like amor as name, 101 as the roll number to that particular student. Then here very important point is you should be take care here. Main purpose of constructor is if you ask the question like what is the job of the constructor. Main purpose of constructor is used to create the object. Is used to create the object or not? No, sir. That is wrong answer. Constructor job is not to create the object. Then constructor is used to perform the initialization. The initialization of the constructor job is used to initialize. Constructor job is constructor job is used to initialization the instance variable. Constructor job is used to initialization of instance variable. Instance variable at the time of object creation. Time of object creation. Then who is the responsible to create the object? Who is the responsible to create the object? The new operator is responsible to create the object. Then who is the responsible to create the object? Who is the responsible to create the object? The new operator. New keyword is responsible to create the object. Then student S1 equal to new student of Amar, 101. Here first we are creating the student object, then we are performing the initialization, then we are assigning the variable S1. Okay. S1 is the reference variable. Okay, we'll see. First new operator is responsible to create the object. Okay, then after creating the object, then while creating the object, then separate copy of instance variable will create. Then separate copy of instance variable will create. Like this, separate copy of instance variable will create. What is the instance variable here? Instance variable is name and roll number. Then when you create the object, separate copy of instance variable will create. Then and every instance variable JVM will provide the default initialization. Here what is the default initialization for the name? Default initialization for name is null. JVM will provide the null. Then second, roll number, what is the default initialization? 0. JVM will provide the default initialization of instance variable. Okay. JVM will provide the default initialization for instance variable. Who will provide the default initialization for instance variable? JVM. JVM will provide the VM will provide the default initialization of instance variable at the time of object creation. Okay, JVM is responsible to create the provide the initialization of instance variable at the time of the object creation. Okay, then new operator is used to create the object, and JVM will provide the default initialization of the instance variable at the time of the object creation. Then after that, then constructor will start. Constructor job will start here. After new keyword, then constructor job will start. Constructor is used to responsible to provide the initialization of a instance variable. Then constructor will call student of Amor, 101. Then control will go to that control will go to here. Control will go to here. Okay, control will go to here. Then here, then student of Amor, 100. Then string name is as Amor, roll number as 101. Then this dot name is equal to current object name equal to name you provided Amor. Then this dot name is equal to name you provided Amor. Then this dot name is equal to Amor. Then it will replace the null as Amor here. Null as Amor. It will replace the null as Amor. Okay, then dc dot roll number equal to current object roll number equal to roll number whatever you provided 101. Then this dot roll number is equal to 101. Then 0 will replace by 101. 0 will replace by 101. 0 will replace by 101. Then like this, constructor will initialize the object, that is the student S1. Then up to 100 student, constructor will be work and initialize the instance variable at the time of the creating the object. Current object name whatever you provided name, current object roll number whatever you provided roll number. Then that is the concept of the constructor. Then we will discuss constructor overloading in the next video.